Hi comic book fans, welcome to another suddenlycomics.com video, and I've got some special comics to share with you today. So these were bought at another auction house about a week ago. This one in the Birmingham area, but this time instead of going for quantity I went for quality. And this auction was an auction house that is known for doing comic auctions, so there were plenty of comic specialists buying, and the prices, they achieved some pretty good prices, but they had over 100 comic lots of Silver Age, Bronze Age comics. So and a lot of the lots were won by people actually there, because the advantage of being there is you can actually see the condition of the comics. I mean, they had photographs, but it's always difficult. Now, the photographs on the condition of some of these comics looked really, really good, and the fact that the people bidding were actually in the room encouraged me to bid for a few lots here. So these did not go dirt cheap like some of the other auctions I've been to, but in fact I think I got some absolutely great bargains. Now, it looked to me like a long-term comic collector was either selling up his collection or he'd passed and his relatives were selling his collection, because there's some absolutely fantastic condition comics here. Now I'm just going to show you a few. This was a British comic collector, and quite a lot of the comics he was selling were UK price variants, which, as you know, I really like. In general, they are 100 times rarer than the cents version. The market is now beginning to pick up on this. Pence versions are now sort of getting to the same price. Pence versions are sort of getting to the same price as cents variants. In my view, in the medium term, pence variants will be worth more than the cents variants. Anyway, here we go. Here's some really interesting ones. I'm going to start with the least valuable and work my way up to the most valuable, which is a really key comic. Okay, and I bet you've never seen it before in a UK price variant. Okay, so first off, we have got Fantasy Masterpieces #1. This is from 1966. Okay, this reprints some early work from some of the Marvel artists. So by Sturdy Steve Ditko, it says, by Jolly Jack Kirby, by Dashing Don Heck, by Darling Dick Ayres, and by Jovial Joe Sinnott. A really clean looking, look how clean this is, of Fantasy Masterpieces #1 in UK price variant. So here we go. 10D, 10 old English pennies, pre-decimalisation, because this is 1966. How many CGC UK price variants are there on the census, I hear you ask? Answer: 1. It's a 6.0. This is better than a 6.0. If I was to get this graded, this would be the highest graded UK price variant. Okay, next up, and we have got Fantasy Masterpieces #2. Again, this is 10D, so it's a UK price variant. We've got Jack Kirby's Fing Fang Foom, Steve Ditko's Those Who Lurk Below, and Don Heck's Orogo. Okay, now what is interesting about this one is the condition on this. I cannot fault it. It is, look at this, there isn't a single spine tick, nothing. This looks like it's just come off the comic press. I think this could be a 9.6 or 9.8. Okay, How many UK price variants of this are there on the CGC census? None. There are none. Mind you, there's only 67 cents versions on the census, so, but I think this could be a 9.6 or 9.8. Absolutely beautiful copy. Okay, so let's move on to what was one of the main things that was being sold in this auction was a whole set of Journey into Mysteries. Some fantastic books. They did have the first appearance of Thor. It looked in really good condition. They had it listed for between $1,000 and $2,000. If it had stuck to below $2,000, I'd have had a go at it, but it didn't. I mean, it looked great. I mean, this is potentially, you know, in a 9.6, 9.8, it's a $150,000 book. Anyway, it went for £6,500 with buyer's premium and difference between the dollar and the pound. I reckon it's about $10,000. I got some of the ones from this collection. If that first appearance of Thor is in the same condition as these comics are, that person got a bargain. I reckon it's worth. If it's in the same condition as these other ones that I've got, I reckon that was worth, it could be worth $30,000-$40,000. Right, okay, I didn't buy that one. However, I did get some really interesting ones in UK price variants. This is Journey into Mystery 119. This is the first appearance of Volstrang. We've also got Odin on the cover. Pretty early, we've got the Destroyer on the cover, and Loki and Thor on the cover. Look at the condition of this. It's a UK price variant. I've checked this up. There is one UK price variance on the CGC centres for this comic, and I think it's a 5.5 or 6.0. This is much better than a 5.5 or 6.0. There's one, maybe a couple of small spine ticks, but I mean, just look at the condition of this. It is sweet. I mean, absolutely incredible. Very rare to find this type of comics in this condition. So that's my first one. I paid for these Thors. I paid about $65 each for them. So I just took what I paid for. I bought about 10 or 11 of them. I took the total amount and divided it equally between them. What value do I put on this? I think probably $200 to $300. Okay, next one is really nice. This is Thor 124. So this is the penultimate, not Thor 124, Journey into Mystery 124. It's the penultimate Journey into Mystery. And it is the second appearance of Hercules. Again, it's a bit smaller on this one. It's a 10D. We've got Enter Hercules. Really clean. It's not as clean as the last one. The spine is got some damage on it. Probably a 7.0, maybe a bit better than a 7.0. Really nice second appearance of Hercules. Again, I think $200 to $300. Again, paid $65. Fantastic condition. Look at that book in a UK price variant. Couldn't resist. Okay, next one. This is this is fun as well. This is the last of the Journey into Mystery in the first volume. So this is the last one for Journey into Mystery 125. After this, it turns into the Mighty Thor. A 9.8 copy of this sold in July this year for $18,000. Okay, that was a cents version. Just look at the condition of this. It is clean, clean, clean. The only thing I can see is both the top two corners have got slight dings on them. So it's not a 9.8, but it could well be a 9.0, 9.2. Look at that. Again, how many pence versions are there on the CGC census? I think there's one again. And this is a higher grade than the one. I think if I get this graded, this will be the highest UK price variant graded comic. It is stunningly good. Paid $65. I don't know. The price just goes up as you think. If I grade this as a 8.0, then it's worth about $200. If I grade it as a 9.2, 9.4 with a 9.8 just having gone for $18,000, could be 10 times that. What a fantastic comic. Okay, now I've saved the biggest comic to last. We've moved from Journey into Mystery into Thor. This was for sale as a single comic. Okay, it's one that is on my want list for comics I wanted to get in 2022. I've been waiting to find this in a UK price variant, and here it came in this auction. Here it came up. This is a key comic. It's pretty hot at the moment. I paid a reasonable amount for this comic, but I think this is worth at least 3 to 4 times what I paid for it in the auction. You can go and check it up and find out what you think I've paid for this when you see with the condition of this and what comic it is. It is the Mighty Thor 165, the first full appearance of him, Adam Warlock. Okay, so there's lots of first appearances for Adam Warlock when he's in a cocoon and so on and so forth, but I think collectors have decided that this is the key first appearance to have for Adam Warlock. Thor 165. This is in really good condition. The only thing wrong with this, and I think this will come off, is there's some dirt here on the white, on where it says Mighty Thor, but I think that can be cleaned off. Once that is cleaned off, there's a small amount of damage up here on this corner, but not much. I can't see a single spine tick. It is it's a shilling, it's a UK price variant. Okay, so there's more of these graded. The US price variants, there are 2,750, and UK price variants, slightly more than 1 in 100. There are 33 UK price variants, with the top graded one being a 9.2. I think with a good clean, get this dirt off here, off the white of where it says Thor. Could this be a 9.2? For valuation purposes, I have not assumed this is a 9.2. For valuation, I've used this as an 8.0. I think I've been very conservative, and even at an 8.0, I've got 3 times my money's worth here. This is a really fantastic buy. I'm over the moon about this one. Look at that. Thor 165, first full appearance of him, Adam Warlock. UK price variant, extremely high grade. Key American comic, UK price. That's your lot. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.